Welcome, everybody, to Trash Sports Takes. What is this, episode number 7?
The Big Ben Roethlisberger, yes.
Oh, Big Ben. Oh, boy. That's not a good thing.
I don't know. The Super Bowls are pretty good. So
I
maybe
mean,
someday you'll feel that.
One day, maybe. I hope.
I don't.
I am Ryan Seabreast.
And I am Brent N. Liberty.
What's the N stand for today?
Still stands for Let's Go Manchester City. I don't give a shit if that's not in there.
That still doesn't make sense.
I don't care, because that's what it's about this week. City is playing the hated Chelsea in the UCL finals, and that's what I care about.
But, like, the only N comes in,
I don't give
Manchester.
a shit. It's what it stands for.
Came in the last
It
word.
doesn't have to make sense.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
This is just to get you to talk about soccer.
Well, I will when I move to France. I'll have to learn about it, and I'll have to talk about soccer and rugby and all that shit.
What else? What other games do they play? Surrendering,
yes.
Eating cheese.
They do that.
Being rude to Americans.
Yes. We do have some listeners in France, my wife included. We got a couple others over there.
Hi, well, hello, French people. I'm sorry I just shit on you. I was making fun of Ryan. I wasn't making fun of you.
Right.
But go Man City.
Okay.
You guys should have treated Almeric Laporte better. He wouldn't have changed his nationality to Spain.
Yeah, right? What the fuck?
Yeah. What were you doing?
I don't know.
Really fucked that up.
Don't even know what you're talking about.
They know.
What the fuck?
They're like, you're right. I agree. Why didn't they play him?
So we got a lot to talk about this week, huh?
We do. And it's a weird because, going down the list, there's like a theme to this week's episode.
What's the theme?
Everybody can have a trash sports take. Some take it better than others.
Yeah.
But as we all enter that arena one more time, after being locked out of it for so long, we find that the biggest trash sports takes comes from you, the fan.
Yep. Exactly. Especially live in person.
Yeah, that's not great.
No.
But first, before we get into that, which is going to take up a lot of this show.
It will, yeah.
I want to talk about this guy was a total pirate killer back when the Pirates are good.
Yeah.
Now the Pirates are the biggest pirate killer.
Yeah. Did you see that play against the Cubs today?
You know what sucks about that? Like, dude, it already is rough enough. Like, we have the number 1 overall pick this year, so clearly we were shit last year.
Right.
It doesn't. I highly doubt we're gonna be in contention this year. Like the thing with the Pirates right now is they have like 3 guys. I'm not even gonna say they're good. I think Cabrian Hayes can be really good, but they're major league quality. We'll say that. Like, they don't look like complete clowns out there.
Yeah. Well, they did today.
And 2 of them are hurt.
They did.
And
today.
when you have 3 and 2 of them are hurt, you're in a world of shit. And one of those guys who's major league quality but not great is Colin Moran, the normal first baseman.
Yeah.
Is replaced by former first-round pick Will Craig,
who
is not living up to that first-round pick moniker.
If you guys look up what Javier Baez did to him today,
how does that even happen?
First of all, I've never seen a rundown between home plate and first base.
Because it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
That was such mind games. Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be, Will Craig? Like, you think you're going to win this?
I'm going to get you. You're going to go back home. And then Javier Baez gets to second base. After a run scores. 2 outs.
Yeah, but you realize how bad that sucks? Because, you're a Browns fan. You know what it's like to just go through the misery. We had that little reprieve as Pirates fans.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't say, I never give it to you like, hey, don't take this for granted. Your team was run like shit for a long time. Things are good right now, but it can go back.
Yep.
I'm living proof.
Yes.
But do you realize, because like I said, I do like what they're doing in the minors. They have some dudes that are killing it, and they traded a lot of their, decent players. 4 young guys, they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're not paying. Well, what the hell? You pay Starling Marte and stick him next to 24 Chodes, you're still going to suck. Like, it really didn't matter. If it was something salvageable where they could add to it and it would have been fine, sure.
Well,
it wasn't.
You look at the Angels with Ohtani and Trout, you got 2 great players, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in 3rd place now.
But I mean, like, okay, the Indians are in this weird middle zone, and don't play it like us. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no.
Because things would have been different if it wasn't that one season where the Pirates won like 86 games or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have a shot at this, and we didn't, and we traded a bunch of our like prospects for a pitcher who sucked, and then signed with the team that we traded for. That screwed us. Now the Rays are going to the World Series with our prospects.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're fucking here getting in rundowns between home and first base. Like, that's where this fucked up. I don't get on them for, like, this offseason. They're like, oh, why would you trade Musgrove, Tyone, and Bell?
Yeah.
Because we weren't any fucking good with them. Maybe get better in the future. So I'm not against what they're doing.
Sure.
But holy shit, is it hard to sit and watch them right now.
It is tough to watch.
Like,
it is tough to watch.
And another thing that sucks is being a fan of that crappy team is that there are, like, those pinnacle moments that will be shown on every low-light reel every time the Pirates suck, or even when they're good. Hey, remember this? And that happened today. That sucks. I'll be seeing that for years.
Oh, my God. I saw it live. I was watching MLB TV, and I started cracking up in a cafe. I was laughing so fucking hard.
You want a trash take? They should release Will Craig. Fuck it.
Yeah,
if you can't do that, screw you, man.
After that, he's got to go.
Well, at least he's batting under 200. So
yeah, at
he's
least.
got that, too.
At least we got that going.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of the Pirate Killer.
Joe Kelly.
Joe fucking Kelly. I love Joe Kelly. I love him. What did he do? What did he say?
Well, he
said
keeps
something.
going again. You know, like, at this point in time, I think he's had a pretty good career. He was with the Cardinals back when, like I said, the Pirates were good. It'd always be like, oh, well, we knocked around Wainwright, but shit. Now we got Joe Kelly.
Right.
And then he was with the Red Sox for a while. He's bounced around a little bit. He's succeeded everywhere he's gone. Yeah. But there's only one thing that really took him to star status, which I feel is something that he's actually good enough to deserve, and that was mocking the goddamn Astros last season.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
And he's not backing down from it.
Joe Kelly Fight Club. I love it. I am here for it. So, Joe Kelly said about being the face of the anger towards the Astros. This is a quote. He says, I mean, just being real. People are sort of fake nowadays, so a lot of people talk shit online, wouldn't do it in person. They usually hide behind the computer, but whatever. People be bitches.
I wonder who specifically he's talking about.
I don't know. People be bitches, though.
People
Probably Altuve or some other clown.
Altuve deserves a lot of the hate he gets.
He does.
But I still almost feel bad for him in a way because he becomes the face of it. Like, there's a bunch of other shitheads there.
Oh, I don't feel bad about it at all.
And he becomes the face of it.
I mean, he
sucks, man.
Well, no. You know what? It's him. You got Bregman, who's a piece of shit.
See, they've actually turned over a lot of their roster.
Yeah.
So I keep thinking, oh, well, no, he's gone. They have Correa. I thought Correa was going to be a lot better than he ended up being.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player. I'd love to have him. And it kind of killed they could have had a little dynasty there because they had the talent to do it. I don't think they needed to do this, but they did it. Mm-hmm. And that's how they'll be forever judged.
Oh, for sure. Like, the fans, now that fans are back into the crowd, into the stands, things are getting a little chippy.
They are. Yeah, you think that it's just chippy with Joe Kelly?
No, it's not, man.
It's not. Like, people have been locked inside for a long time, and we've seen that throughout the last year or so. Is that whenever anything happens and people get out, people are pissed at each other.
Mm-hmm. They can't handle being around people anymore. It's like, so there have been a bunch of fights in the stands at the Astros and Dodgers games in Houston. And it's just embarrassing, man.
This is such a weird rivalry.
It is. But, like, there's the one last week that we posted with that San Diego fan that punched that Rockies fan in the face and rocked him.
Shit, yeah, he fucked him up. Like, his soul came out.
Yeah, I saw his soul leave his body.
Yeah.
It was insane. So, people just can't, like, when you get all these people into the crowd and there's alcohol involved and nobody's been around anybody for a year and a half, everybody just wants to fucking fight.
Yeah, it's like we lost our social compass, our moral compass.
Exactly.
For fuck's sake. You just don't know how to act. Like, all those little social mores that you used to adhere to are just gone because you didn't have to.
Right.
And yet people are getting a little crazy.
really
Especially,
crazy.
you know what? Both of you guys got a World Series. Everybody calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And then you have the Dodgers like, well, they should retroactively give us that World Series. No, they should not, because you don't know what could have happened. Unfortunately, you can't do it like that. Even if they were to strip it from them, you can't give it to them.
Yeah,
And you know what? You got one. And you have all the money in the world, and you're going to win more, and your team's a fucking powerhouse. Let it the fuck go.
You know what? I was watching that game last night, and, like, it's just amazing, that roster. You look at that fucking roster, and it's stacked. So fucking stacked. And then you look at the Indians or the Pirates, and you're just like, what? Who are those guys?
What both squads need to get, what they need to get better at is one thing that I'll give the Dodgers credit for. Is, a guy like Max Muncy bounced around the minors, made his major league debut at like 27, 28. They saw something in it, they coached him up, and they turned him into something.
And he's awesome now.
And yeah, have they thrown their money around? Oh, shit, yeah. And they're working on a different thing than the Pirates or the Indians are.
Yeah.
And that they can take risks. I saw one thing at one point in time where if you look at like their AAA team of just guys they signed that didn't work out, they're like, oh, he's making $7 million a year. It's whatever.
Fine.
We just ate it. He can fuck around in the minors. Teams like the Pirates and the Indians do not have that luxury.
No, they just don't spend money. They don't want to. And I heard a rumor today that the Dolans may be selling, and I really hope that's true. But anyway, let's get back to the fans. Last night at the Nationals game, there was a rain delay, and we had a streaker.
You knew somebody was just waiting to.
Oh, hell
just
yeah.
waiting to get on that field.
Yeah, and so there was no security anywhere to be found.
Yeah, if you guys got to check the video online, because it takes them like 20 minutes to get to the dude.
There's a yakety sax
He's just
version.
helicoptering his dick, just running on the tarp. Nobody gives a. There's like a few people like, yeah, and then eventually, oh shit, and then the security takes like what garbage ass security is all the good security in the DC metro area in government, because they're certainly not at this game.
No, not at all.
The guy climbs into the tube that has the tarp on it.
Yeah.
And these dumb assholes keep running from one side to the other like a Labrador after you throw a tennis ball in there. One go on one side, one go on the other. He's not staying in forever.
Oh my God. Like, if I were him, I would have just stayed in the middle and made them come in for me.
Then I'd throw a shoulder into it and start rolling it away. I would fuck them
like
up.
a fucking hamster.
Yes. Really bring this thing to the next level.
Oh my God, yeah. If you guys have not seen that video, watch it. It is funny as hell. It's all over Twitter. And we got...
Baseball's in full swing.
Oh, literally. Swinging his dick.
You know, I actually knew somebody. He didn't streak, but he ran onto the field.
Okay.
And
where at? What game?
It was a Pirates game, like back in like 2003.
Okay.
2004 maybe. And I remember I was watching the game because they had Mike Williams in trying to get the save, and all of a sudden it was like high tense fucking moment.
Right.
Where it's like a guy on second and third because Mike Williams is a shitty closer and could never just get a 1-2-3 inning. And then all of a sudden everything stops. There's somebody on the field. He's running around the outfield high-fiving the outfielders. And then I found out as a dude I knew from high school.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he got thrown in pirate jail overnight without shoes on. And he had to pay a fine.
Wait, so is Pirate Jail, like, they have it in the stadium?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I think they probably put him in a small office or something.
Yeah. So even the fans on Twitter are getting a little chippy with each other, which, you know, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
That happens all the time, but it's a lot of female Cleveland fans. They hate each other. And now we have this woman. She goes by BuckeyeMamma. All right, her handle is HangOnSloopy93.
So I hate her.
Yeah, already hate her.
Already not a fan.
Yeah. She.
God, I hate her so much.
Oh yeah, the worst.
Man, what the hell is with Browns and Cleveland fans? Like, finally have a good NFL team. You guys cannot handle this shit
Not at
online.
all, man.
You are not good at this.
No, like all the fucking. No, you got to trade Landry. You got to trade OBJ. Fuck that shit. So BuckeyeMamma, HangOnSloopy93, is constantly complaining about Browns fans and Indians fans posting pictures, specifically females, showing off their bodies.
So,
they're not allowed to wear something and be proud of what they're wearing, and you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, and I get, I think every fan base has those definite, thirst traps that are on there.
Sure.
Go Kansas City Royals on, a bare titty. And after, you know what, I can understand. After looking at that for 20, 30 minutes, you're like, come on.
Yeah.
What's up? But you know what? People would react to that.
Sure.
But there has to be a reason that we're discussing this specific one.
Yes. So, BuckeyeMamma is always complaining about the ladies of Cleveland Twitter. And it's not even for, important things. It's not like these girls are, butt-ass naked or in their underwear. They're just
they're just they're blowing Baker Mayfield or something.
Yeah,
that would be maybe that's
in the parking lot of a Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, feeling dangerous.
So it's not even that serious.
Well, that I don't know. I don't want to see, but if I saw that it was up there, you'd have to at least click on it, right?
You'd have to, yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, get to the point.
So BuckeyeMamma's always complaining about this shit. And then, this was about a month ago. She posted a fake picture, it's clearly fake, of a woman in lingerie saying she just went to the gym. And she's always the one complaining about women showing off their bodies. And she posts this.
And it's fake. It has the Brazzers logo in the bottom.
It might as well. So it's like a selfie in the mirror with no face. Her head's gone.
Because that was Ozzy Akira's face.
Yeah. So she's just in her, black lingerie and clearly fake titties hanging out. And
does it look good?
It does, and it does not look like BuckeyeMamma.
Which leads me to believe that BuckeyeMamma's real problem with the thirst traps is that she wishes she could do it as well.
She does.
And so she tried to catfish everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking catfish. She's going to be...
She looks like Vince Wilfork, but she's like, here I am with this.
She's Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
Rest in peace. I don't know. You can't be that is kind of a trash sports thing. You can't be a hypocrite about that, especially because I feel like the real problem with BuckeyeMamma is that she has major self-esteem issues.
Well, her and her husband are both fucking horrible on Twitter. I don't know if
could you imagine being in that house just
I would kill myself.
Echoing bad takes.
I would just hang myself if I was their child.
I don't know. Your mom has a pretty hot body, apparently.
Apparently. She looks like Yokozuna in real life, but... Jesus, man.
Do you feel like Neve just stumbling upon that one?
Yeah.
Sorry, Cleveland Sports Nation. You were catfished.
Yep.
By BuckeyeMamma.
And it was very obvious for everybody. Everybody involved. Everybody that saw it knew.
I really think we need to have ones like that.
We do, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just got done at the gym, and it's just like Schwarzenegger in like 74 or something.
I think you should do that. You should catfish Pittsburgh Twitter.
They won't care.
All right, so fuck BuckeyeMamma. Hang on.
Well,
Sloopy.
she wants you to.
Yeah, she wants it, but she ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, the convenient feminist, we'll call her.
You're not wrong. All right, so back to fans in the stands now.
Not just on Twitter.
Not just on Twitter showing their
trap.
tits. Yeah. We got NBA fans, and they suck.
Well, no shit.
NBA fans suck in person, and they suck everywhere else.
They're just
I love NBA basketball. I love watching it, but the fans are just a joke, man.
Yeah, and especially now the Knicks are, I'm not going to cross that bridge into good.
Right.
But presentable?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're what, like 5th seed?
Yeah,
something like that?
4th or 5th.
Yeah. It's not bad.
No.
I mean, they had a good season. Julius Randle, great season for him.
Yeah, I think they're building it correctly.
Yeah.
They hooked up Derrick Rose, the rejuvenation machine.
And I love that. I'm all about that because I love Derrick Rose.
Yeah, it's time to stop thinking, because he even posted something about this.
Yeah.
And actually got a lot more, you get any trash sports take that I would have brought on this is just somebody being like, boy, you trash. Like, dude, fuck off. Like, he did kind of have to reinvent himself.
He did. I mean, he had that massive injury.
He had to get over the, what could have been and making the best of what is. And what is a pretty damn good player. Yep. And it's hard to make that transition. And so, like, hats off to him. And some people will call him out, but that's, that's too.
Those are the shitty fans. So.
Yeah, that's too much of a trash sports take to even, like, give them credence. So good for him, good for them, but goddamn. They're doing these, like, dumb chants and shit.
Yeah, what were they saying last night? They were chanting, fuck Trae Young.
They're talking about that he's balding and shit.
Yeah.
They're desperately trying to make this rivalry that...
And then a fan spit on Trae Young last night.
I would say act like you've been there before, but, last time you were there, Charles Oakley was playing. So.
Right. And Charles Oakley probably would have punched that fan in the fucking face.
Yo, Charles Oakley was one of the scariest human beings to ever play basketball.
Yeah. Who else was in New York that would have fucking destroyed somebody?
Anthony Mason, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think he'd throw down. So...
That was a fun team back in the day.
That was fun, man. That happened in New York. We have the Sixers fans in Philly dumping popcorn on Russell Westbrook after he comes off injured. So he's walking into the tunnel, and this dude, you clearly see him get up, tell people to move, and he's got his fucking popcorn in his hand. And he comes over and dumps it on Russell Westbrook while he's limping into the tunnel.
I just can't believe that. Philadelphia fans have such a sterling reputation in the fan community, and they're just going to go and sully that like this. That is so unlike them.
And you know what? They were like cheering him on as he left the court.
Yeah, that's
and then you got that one fucking asshole that decides to ruin it. Like, come on, man.
Once again, that's the thing that we wouldn't have done a year ago.
Right.
But everyone, I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
And doors are opening up for all of us. Like over there, next door, there's a brew pub here in Erie. It's called Lavery. Mm-hmm. And we tend to hit that up. Ryan doesn't drink. Yep. I love the drink.
Yep. I'm trying to find a replacement for Red Bull.
Yeah. But just seeing that there, like a bunch of vaccinated people that are finally like getting it together, and we feel like, wow, it's really coming on the other side of this, and the weather's getting nice, and this just feels like this summer is going to be special.
Yeah.
But clearly there are some people who just can't handle this shit.
They've just been isolated for too long, and they cannot handle alcohol and being with other people in general. Like, it's just crazy how these fans are acting.
Mm-hmm.
This has been happening for a while, but the racial slurs toward Kyrie Irving from Celtics fans.
Don't Celtics fans realize that they also have black players?
Yeah, right? Come on, dude. Like, be better. Just be better people. It has nothing to do with being a fan. Just be a better fucking person.
Yeah. Don't
be a dick.
You can hate Kyrie, and
sure.
I understand there's some history there.
Sure.
But it's there's better reasons to do so. There's better ways to go about.
Exactly.
Even start chants about him being bald or being a flat earther.
Yeah, a flat earther. That's what I was going for. Come on, man.
Yeah, you can get on him for trying to start the super team that we all hope fails, but
oh God, I hope
we're all too jaded to believe that they actually will.
I know, I have a take about that. I'll tell on the Patreon.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. But either way, just don't do it like that.
No.
And it almost feels like what's even the point of admonishing people like that? They just it's another fan just acting like more fans acting like lunatics, and a lot of times it's because they have beers in them or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's also like they think they're edgelords.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say the thing that they won't. I'm gonna take it to that level, and then who will be the cool guy here? The big fat drunk racist. That'll be who.
Yeah.
And you know what? It never is. That is never the cool guy in any situation.
No, I saw a picture of Russ when he was in Oklahoma City, and there's this fat-ass Sixers fan just giving him the double finger, like looking like a dumpy-ass butterbean. You know, like...
Be better.
Be better. Just be better.
But they won't. But you know what you hope is maybe we play a little bit into that. The fact that this is the story and it's just many things over and over again maybe brings light to the fact that, hey, we haven't handled our first sip of freedom in a year and a half very well.
Yeah.
Maybe let's reassess things and do it a little better.
You're a lightweight to freedom.
So it's also like everybody's drinking their first Natty Lights back in the day. You're just losing their shit.
Falling asleep on the floor in a frat house. Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break here, but we're going to come back. We got some Dickie V news. We got some...
Is he still alive?
I know. We got some Mickey Callahan showing his dick off news.
Oh,
so
can't miss that.
We will be back.
You've heard the podcast.
Hi, it's Brent and Liberty. I'm here with Ryan Seabreast, and we are working on our newest show, Trash Sports Takes. But that's not the only thing that's happening here with the Idiotville podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, we still have the mothership going on. You'll be able to find that anywhere that you always find your podcast. But also look for Trash Sports Takes, and we have a new one coming up, a music podcast. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's called Le Cafe Music. It's going to be awesome. We're going to meet new artists. We're going to hear the newest songs of the week.
Excellent. And be looking for that soon. So whether you are looking for music news, sports takes, or just want to hear a little bit about the fine city we call Erie, Pennsylvania, you can always look to Idiotville Productions.
That's right.
That's Idiotville Productions. Check us out on idiotvillepodcast.com.
Boom.
You've heard the podcast.
Yeah.
Now we keeping it hot.
And we are back.
Yeah.
God, man, those fans were unruly, weren't they?
So unruly.
But don't worry. It's not just our fault. It's not just the fans' fault. Anybody can be trash. Anybody can have a trash sports take and tell me, oh, this next guy is human trash. Tell us a little bit about him, Ryan.
Mickey Callahan.
Former Mets manager.
Former Cleveland Indians pitching coach.
Never hire a pitching coach as
No.
a manager. But... not for the reason we're about to discuss.
No, well, I mean, don't hire him for this reason, too.
Yeah, like, this is the reason not to hire him specifically. I'm just saying not all pitching coaches
do this. So, Mickey Callahan, this was actually one of the first blog posts that I wrote on trashsportstakes.com when we first started as a blog, like, months ago.
Yeah.
And Mickey Callahan has finally been suspended by Major League Baseball and finally fired by the Angels for showing his cock to every woman he's ever met.
You know that's frowned upon?
Yeah, it is. It is. I would not recommend doing that.
So, I mean, like, I don't know how many women are just going to be like, wow, he's the Indians pitching coach and there's his cock on my phone?
Wow.
I need to sleep with this guy.
I need more of that.
Yeah. Tell me more, Mickey Callahan. Wow.
I mean, like, he has a history of, like, he would be talking to players about their wives or girlfriends in the crowd, making sexual comments about them. Like, this is a history of this guy. And the league has known about it for a long time.
And they let it go for a
And
long
they let it go, yeah. People in the Indians organization should be fired for letting it go for so long.
When you do that and you encourage it, it makes it so more shit happens.
Yeah.
And that's why he had a laundry list of things. And I mean, okay, if one person makes one comment and you're just like, because nobody will ever do the very stilted thing that they always tell you in every like training video. You have made me very uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever fucking do that.
No, they won't.
No, you know what you do? Because I've definitely been in situations before where somebody says something that's like, oh, you're just like, yeah.
Like when Jake's on the show?
Yeah, let's change the subject to anything but this.
Yeah, just don't send your cock to somebody who doesn't want it.
I mean, it would suck, you know. You're playing for the Mets, like, all right, Skip, big inning coming up. You know, we were down by 2. We have the heart of the order coming up, and he's like, check out the tits in row 7.
That's my.
I'm gonna send her some. Do you have her number? I got some pictures I need to send her. Like, head in the game, man.
He's known for doing that, man.
Why is it like baseball guys suck?
They do.
They just are garbage.
This guy is the most garbage. He's like the biggest pile of trash that we've talked about on this show.
I don't know, but it seems like everyone that's up there is baseball guy.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Other than our son.
Do you think Aubrey Huff is above sending dick pics?
Oh, no. You know he does it all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking
him and Mickey Callahan are boys. You know that.
If you have to put... If you give yourself the nickname of anything daddy, then you know...
Then you have a terrible social media presence.
Yes.
Unless you're Trick Daddy.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe
right.
he's a thug.
Or Puff Daddy.
Even him was just like, I need to get rid of this.
Yeah, he got rid of Daddy because he knew it was stupid.
It's like, what about P. Diddy? Like, that's fucking terrible, but anything's better than Puff Daddy. Fuck it. Why did I come up with that name?
Yeah.
Who slapped that moniker on me? God damn.
Mickey Callahan. God damn it.
Wait, you know what? I hope this is the last we hear of him.
I hope
and
so,
I think it's going to be. Because it's not like it's like, well, he might be a sexual predator.
He definitely is a sexual predator.
But shit, he was a magician with the Mets. No, it's like
he got fired.
Yeah.
For sucking.
Yeah. So he's going to be going by Michael Callahan, and he's going to be selling insurance and hoping that nobody ever really looks into him. You know what? He's going to have to rebrand.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because, like, where do you go from here? But
other than prison.
Yeah, he's suspended by the MLB and fired by the Angels, and I don't feel like he's going to have a major league job again.
No, I don't think anybody will hire him.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, anyway.
No. No. But so you've ruined everything because... Yeah, this is probably his dream, you know?
Yeah.
Living his dream, and he felt it so bad that he's just like, well, shit.
My dream
when
is
you're a
to
bench
show my
coach for the Angels, you can do whatever you want.
My dream is to show my dick to everyone.
Yeah.
Just do it online. Just post it online if that's what you want.
Dude, just get on fucking Tinder and say, I'm wealthy.
Yeah. Or go on to Pornhub and just post a picture of your cock.
It's encouraged there.
It is. It is. You can do whatever you want there.
There are whole like Reddit subforums where you could do this, and it's all copacetic.
Not that we know anything about that. So fuck Mickey Callahan. I mean, don't.
But that's the problem is nobody did.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Except for the MLB, finally got around to it.
Finally.
Sent him and his dick pics to the curb.
To the couch.
But not the casting couch.
Not the casting couch. No. I mean, he could.
Haven't we seen enough of his dick?
I haven't.
He didn't find me attractive.
He didn't find me attractive enough to send me a dick pic.
I wasn't married to a player.
Yeah, right?
I wasn't in the media in one of the cities he was in. What a piece of shit.
What an asshole. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Well, the good thing is, I feel like after the uproar dies down, nobody will ever talk about him again.
Nobody will.
Yeah, so goodbye.
Mickey Callahan's
Yeah,
penis.
I'd say thanks for the memories, but they weren't great.
No, they were not. Speaking of not great.
Oh, there's a lot of not great.
Let's talk about Dick Vitale.
And he won't go away.
He will not go away. He's like 98 years old, and he's still screaming at people, and he's screaming on Twitter now.
Lots of caps lock, I'm assuming.
Lots of caps lock. Actually, yeah, you're right. Most pathetic options.
Most pathetic options, baby. Yeah, no.
So, Dickie V, he got on a United flight from Orlando to San Francisco, flying in first class, and he had complaints about the food.
That's such like a hack take, too.
Yeah.
What's the deal with airport food? Like, that's... Like,
turned into Jerry Seinfeld there for a second.
He's very close.
Yeah.
He is very close.
Very, very close. Just a lot older. So
he should have played Morty Seinfeld. Just them two bitching about nonsense all day.
Yeah. So what did Dickie V write on Twitter?
I said, I can't believe that today on our flight flying first class from Orlando to San Francisco, that United had the nerve to serve for breakfast the most pathetic options I have ever seen. Sorry, he shouted it. I had to shout it.
He did, yeah.
This is the first time in my life that I've ever complained, but this is a joke. Over a 5-hour flight.
Oh, my
Holy
goodness.
shit, it must suck for him.
Yeah, first class.
I had a banana for breakfast this morning while driving, and everyone looked at me like I was a pervert. Seems to me like it was probably a worse option.
Mickey Callahan.
I was like, nice.
Nice. Breakfast of champions.
I can't talk too much shit on him. They'll probably hire him to work with me here soon. He's gonna need a job.
Yeah.
But
with Idiotville Productions.
We are not. I control who Idiotville Productions hires, and I will not hire him. And I don't think anybody else will be against that.
I don't think anybody will be lining up.
But it's just I love shit like this because it's out of touch with everybody else.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show, like, just he's a cantankerous old man.
You know what? And I've taken over 5-hour flights.
I have.
In not first class, not business class, but economy, sitting between two fat asses in the middle seat for 16 hours.
Ugh.
I had to do that several times.
Yeah, I've done some bad flights. Remember, I told you about the one. Actually, coming from San Francisco, I got stuck against the window against this just enormous dude who pissed himself.
Oh God!
You know what? I would have killed for Dickie V's shitty breakfast that day.
Exactly right. I think the worst one that I had was when I was flying from New York to China, I believe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it was.
So it wasn't going to be, unless you're in like one of those Emirates like apartments in the sky. It wasn't going to be a great flight anyway.
So it was from New York to Taiwan, straight flight. So that's like 15 hours, I think.
Wow, that must have been a big ass jet.
It was big. It was big.
Holy
so
shit.
Then from Taiwan it goes to Beijing or whatever, but it was the first flight, the long one to Taiwan. And I had this kid sitting next to me, took his shoes off, and his feet smelled like his asshole probably did.
Don't do that. You know, there are certain things you don't do on a plane.
No.
Like, I never kick back the seat.
I don't either.
Yeah. I don't turn on the light.
No. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, the unwritten rules of baseball, it's the unwritten rules of flying.
I heard one time my phone fell, like, under the seat. No, it was Smart Dumb's, what was it, Nintendo DS or whatever it was at the time.
Smart Dumb is
Brent's
my son.
And, now he's going to be 15 in a week. But this time, at this point in time, he was like 6 or 7. And I'm like, well, this flight will be a lot worse for everybody if I don't take care of that. And I had to turn on the light for a grand total of 20 seconds. And I felt like the biggest shit pile on that plane.
And you were.
I go out of my way not to do it. I mean,
yeah.
But I still feel like Dickie V is that guy that can't get his shit out of the overhead compartment and stands in the aisle with nobody, and makes it so nobody can move or go anywhere.
For like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, all of those with bad backs sit there in this weird hunch beneath the fucking thing going like this. Just be like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. And then somebody comes over to help him and he's like, no, I don't need your help.
He's that guy, isn't he?
Yeah. He's totally that guy.
Hey, you could have helped me when I had that terrible breakfast.
Yeah, right?
Fuck you, Dickie V.
Yeah, fuck your breakfast, too. Yeah. I hope it sucked.
It clearly did. What do you think it was that made it suck that bad? There's just like, here's some Frosted Flakes and a little carton of milk like you had in high school.
It was probably like a dry-ass omelet. I've had those on flights before.
I never have.
Those
well,
long
I've never
flights,
had an omelet.
Those long flights, you've never had an omelet?
I'm allergic to eggs.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I'm going to trust you on this. Yeah, those damn shitty omelets.
Dry as fuck. Don't eat them.
I didn't intend to.
But that's probably what Dickie V had. And I hope it gave him food poisoning. Fuck that guy.
God, what's the deal with airplane food?
And I get it. Like, they had to cut back on costs in the last year and a half because there's a fucking global pandemic.
It's not good enough for Dickie V.
One of the things they had to cut was food costs because people were flying for like $50. You know what I mean? Like
some of those Frontier flights where they pretty much throw you up on a paper airplane wherever you land. You look. This was supposed to be from Pittsburgh to Los Angeles. Like, well, you're in Wichita now and you live here.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Or Marty Balaka's flight from Orlando to Cleveland that had a detour in fucking
Denver.
Phoenix. Phoenix, like, why is that a thing? Like, that's how does this company make any money?
Yeah.
I remember one time I took a Greyhound bus because I was in college and I was really broke.
I've done that.
And we went from my campus at Edinboro University where I went, and we were going to Tampa. And we went through the central time zone. I'm like, how does this happen? Like, what the fuck?
Unbelievable, man. Yeah, dude, Greyhound.
Oh,
Wow.
God, like, I assumed that everybody that was on that with me was a fugitive, but that would probably, and I think I'm right. I still kind of believe that because that would be the only, you either have to be an idiot who made a mistake, and everybody does that with that.
Yeah.
So you're either that or you are a fugitive and you just need to get the fuck out. You don't care how.
I had a guy sitting next to me on Greyhound back from Nashville. I was in Nashville, or Memphis. I was in Memphis, and I took the Greyhound back home. And, that's like 22 hours or some bullshit.
Yeah.
So this guy sitting next to me is like, yeah, I skipped out on my court hearing, and now I have a guy waiting for me in Erie. I'm like, oh, good. All right.
So we're going to get off this shitty bus, and we're going to have Dog the Bounty Hunter up.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Dog and his wife.
Oh, man. I have, God, we need to get off the travel stories, but I do have one more good Greyhound story from that.
Go ahead.
Actually, a few. Well, one was there was some, like, girl who only spoke Spanish that met some dude and had me watch her kid for 90 minutes.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, I was like 19, and I'm like, I can't even speak to the kid. You probably don't want him to, but I see these other people here, and they will fuck this kid. And I cannot let this happen to this
God,
kid.
No.
Yes. Me and you, kid, we're going to make sure you are not getting raped on the Greyhound today.
No.
So I sat there, and he's like, oh, okay, it's on. And I'm like, yeah, man.
That's your Spanish?
Yeah. He was happy. He liked me. It worked out. I hate to know what happened to that fucking poor kid.
That's sad.
But, yeah. But then we were in Florida as well. I think we were like Winter Haven.
Yeah.
And there's a place like, it's just like in an orange grove. And they're like, anybody can get out and stretch their feet. And so people get out and, they're smoking a cigarette or whatever. I get out, I kind of stretch out, get back on the bus. And the bus driver just starts taking off with like 4 people, like strands them in this orange grove, and they're chasing after it. We're like, dude, what the fuck?
I've seen it.
And he's like laughing while there was nothing. Like, this was back in the day where like people had like, Nokia brick cell phones. There was no way there was reception out there. They were just stranded. They might just still live there, being orange people now.
They are orange people.
Like never do that.
No. My God. All right, so Kwame Brown is still in the news every day.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. He's calling everyone out. He called out Charlemagne the God for being a rapist. Stephen A. Smith for
being a rapist.
Yeah, probably. But Stephen A. Smith is not backing down. He had this to say.
I really didn't want to do this. I was going to leave Kwame Brown alone. I wasn't going to say a damn word. But all of these videos, all of these lengthy videos, on top of people emailing me and bothering me because of something Kwame Brown had to say? Like I'm supposed to be scared? Okay. We'll see how scared I am. Stephen A's World, ESPN Plus, tonight. Tell me if I'm scared then.
If he wasn't scared, he would meet him in Seattle.
Yeah. And engage in mutual combat.
Yes. No, he's just going to be like, well, you were a bad basketball player. See, I told you I wasn't scared. No. Stephen A., go to Seattle, engage in mutual combat.
If you don't engage in mutual combat,
you're clearly scared.
You're scared.
Yeah.
If you want to just invite him on the show.
That's why you do it in Seattle. There's nobody stopping you.
Exactly. Like, I love Kwame. I love him, man. Like, I watched his videos for like 3 hours straight yesterday.
He's going to be like Anthony Adams, but of just like the crazy variety. And yeah, you know who Anthony Adams is, right? Yeah. For those who don't,
and you know what?
Former Penn State lineman and Chicago Bear and I think San Francisco 49er, who started doing viral videos. Have you ever seen the meme of the black guy in that yellow suit just like wringing his hands?
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a way you can go from being a pro athlete to a big time internet personality, and I feel like Kwame Brown is on his way there.
Oh, he's already there. I mean, you see him going live on YouTube, and people just sending him $100. Like, take my money, please take my money, because this is awesome.
So media superstar.
Yeah, and Kwame Brown is not crazy. You can't say he's crazy because this man is
I think
smart.
he's crazy enough
to
make this all work, but he's not insane.
No, and he will tell you exactly how it is. So if you have not seen any of these Kwame Brown videos, you need to. And
It jumped the week. That's how much we like Kwame Brown.
yeah, and you're saying Kwame wrong. It's Kwame.
Quame.
Kwame.
It's Quame. I've read it phonetically. It's Quame.
He called somebody out about that today.
The Quams is what I call them.
The Kwame. K-Whammy.
Okay. I'll call you whatever I like, but if you're going to ask me to engage in mutual combat in Seattle, I will not be doing that. See, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Look how easy this is. We can do it. We can
Yeah.
be Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. Come on our show, Kwame.
Yeah.
K-Whammy.
Yeah.
K-Wham.
And if you don't like that, then we will flex about it, but never do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because we're not scared.
We're not scared. We're not Stephen A. Smith
Yeah,
scared.
we're extreme hard asses. You just wait. You just wait, Kwame. Did I say that correctly, sir? Was it Kwame?
I believe so.
Okay. Sorry about that, Kwame, but you just wait, because we're not scared at all.
K-Whammy.
No fear.
None.
It's like a white trash T-shirt from the mid-'90s. No fear.
No regrets. All right. And speaking of rivalries, this is going to be our last thing we talk about today. Why don't you lead us in with this one?
You see, I'm actually a golf fan, and I've picked a side on this one. Mm-hmm. But Brooks Koepka and Bryson Dechambeau are big rivals. Basically, the difference between them is Brooks Koepka is kind of more of the throwback guy. He has the goatee, so let's just say that.
Yeah.
He's a good golfer. He's won several majors. He's
got 4, right?
Yeah, he was in the battle. I thought he'd probably end up winning this weekend, but Phil Mickelson at 50. And we're going to that in a little bit, too.
Yeah. There's a great picture of him.
Yeah, actually won the PGA Championship this weekend, which is one of the 4 majors. It's not like the PGA's over, so, not everybody understands. I get that. But, Koepka's sort of a throwback. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau is, they call him the scientist. Like, he really disseminates the information all the way down and gets real into it and is known for he's known for 2 things, really. He's extremely ripped because part of that is, knowing the nutrition and all that to do this. And so he's this jack dude who crushes the ball a mile, but he's also known for taking forever to hit a ball.
Yeah.
And Brooks Koepka didn't like that. And you know what? At that point in time, I'm like, I think I'm with Brooks Koepka because I've played behind people like that. And you're like,
that,
Jesus, tap dancing shit. Hit the ball.
I hate it, man. Yeah, and the reaction when DeChambeau walked by him during that interview is one of the funniest things.
You got to see there was like, and there's been different things. What this really comes down to, we gave you a little bit of background on it because they've been back and forth.
Yeah.
I actually like watching Bryson DeChambeau because he does crush the ball. I like somebody looking at it under that, that lens.
Yeah.
If you're going to use your brain to actually make yourself better, I don't understand why, because we went into great detail about this last week, why that's something that's almost frowned upon in sports. Like, it has to be with your gut. No, it's whatever makes you fucking better that's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they're going to find a different way where nutrition or angles or ball flight path or just going over all this can make you that good, then by all means, I support that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did see a video of DeChambeau lifting weights today. and it was the worst form I've ever seen in my life.
But he probably studied it.
He has this he has dumbbells and he's like using his entire body to lift it up.
Was it like? Do you remember who was it? I think it was Donald Trump Jr. posted this thing like deadlifted 350 or something, and he was just like, dude, I thought his spine was gonna pop out of it. He was like, it was so bad.
I don't know if you heard, but I did over 1,000.
Yeah. Like, well, I could probably do it like that too, but I'd need a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's reasons to like and dislike both of these guys.
Yeah.
I just kind of like I like the scientist. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And both of them can be a little cantankerous.
Mm-hmm.
But everything sort of came to a head and really went mainstream because those of us who are golf fans have known about this simmering rivalry for a while.
Since like 2019, I think it started.
But the other day, they had this interview at the PGA Championship, and they're talking to Brooks Koepka, and like Bryson DeChambeau walked behind him.
Yeah.
And there's been differing things. I've seen the video of like, oh, did he say something? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
Because I've really tried to see.
Yeah.
Because I've wanted him to say something, so then we could have a real. But I just do not believe there was a thing said.
He just walked by.
But
and he was like,
fuck. He just pretty much just said,
fucking hate this guy.
Like you could just see the exasperation on his face of having to be in the same vicinity.
I mean, DeChambeau walks behind him, and he goes in the middle of an interview. He says, "Oh fuck," and he's like, "I lost where I was at. I don't even know what we were talking about. I fucking hate that guy."
I think, like I said, they're both guys that I think you can hate.
Yeah.
And both guys you can enjoy watching play. But this is the kind of shit that golf actually needs.
It does. Every sport needs it.
Yeah, it does get like different, just one-off hot takes of, oh, this is what it is now. Because golf's definitely, like we talked about baseball having the gatekeepers. Yeah. You ever actually sit down and watch like a major golf tournament?
Yeah.
Like, there are commercials for shit. Like, they were showing off this Rolex on there, and I looked it up, and it was like $300,000. Do you realize, I mean, I guess all you have to do is sell just, if you sell like 10 of them, you're doing pretty freaking well off those commercials you paid for it.
I'd sell one of them and be happy with that.
Yeah. But, yeah, the commercials for like a major golf tournament will just make you feel like the biggest fucking peasant on earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Dick Vitale and First Class, eating a dry ass omelet.
Like even Phil Mickelson winning with his main sponsor is KPMG Consulting.
Yeah,
because that's extremely accessible to the layperson. I don't know how many times me and my business have had to get a consulting firm to really go over things and get to the bottom of shit.
Right.
Like, who uses them?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fucking millionaires, and they can advertise to millionaires.
Yeah.
And people like that. It adds this regal quality to that game.
Yeah.
But, I think that there is a mix between that and living like, like Happy Gilmore when they're like blowing horns and slamming beers and shit.
Yeah, and doing the fucking horse with your putter. Going to your happy place.
I think the sport does suffer in the public consciousness because it comes off as stuffy and pretentious.
Yeah.
And it is, but then every time I get on a course and play with my friends, like, hey, let's load up this cart with as much fucking booze as we possibly can and act like idiots. Because you know what golf is to anybody who's out there who's listening, thought maybe it's something for me, but I don't know. I'm not a millionaire. I am not a fucking millionaire either. I will tell you that right now. But you know what it is? Sometimes you just need like a 4-hour vacation from life to just hang out with your boys, compete over something that doesn't matter, talk a little shit, have a few brews.
And hit a ball like 10 yards in the wrong direction.
And golf courses, by and large, are beautiful. Everything's perfectly manicured. So you're out there in nature enjoying yes, dude, golf is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
But it feels inaccessible to a lot of people because of a mindset that I think this starts to erode.
Yeah, I agree.
Tiger eroded that too, but something like this where you have to, my team Brooks Koepka, my team Bryson DeChambeau. Like, nobody would otherwise, not nobody, but by and large, a great part of the population wouldn't even know who they were or care.
Right.
If shit like that wasn't happening.
Honestly,
now they know something they want to see.
I did not know who either of them were until you told me about this yesterday.
And that's fine, you know?
And I
but
did
it's
my
not
research.
fine for them. But at the same time,
It's great for them.
I feel like the governing body of golf likes this.
Oh, God. I mean, like, I did my research on this last night and today, and, like, I love these guys already. I know nothing about them. I knew nothing about them before yesterday, and now I love these guys, and I'm going to watch the next tournament.
Exactly. See, and that becomes the fun of it. And then you get to see, because a lot of people who haven't really watched since like the Tiger days,
Yeah.
dude, some of these guys crush it.
Yeah.
And then you get like this, probably the best golfer he's hurt right now is this dude Dustin Johnson.
Okay.
And this dude has life by the balls.
Mm-hmm.
He got into trouble back a few years ago. He's always inconsistent. And here he had a fucking cocaine problem. Kicked that, married goddamn Paulina Gretzky, crushes the ball like 375 yards, wins all the time, and then he's just there, just being awesome, making tons of money, making out with fucking unbelievably gorgeous Paulina Gretzky, while the greatest hockey player of all time pats him on the back because he's so proud of his son-in-law. Like, how fucking awesome must that be?
That must be great.
And people don't even know about it.
No, they don't. And now, so Dechambeau, we're going to get back to that. He once poked fun at Koepka while playing a video game, referencing his six-pack abs. Like, this is how intimate this fight gets, you know?
Yeah. This is basically Tupac and Biggie
Yeah.
for the country club crowd.
Yeah, and Koepka countered that he actually owned a four-pack and included a photo of his 4 major championship trophies compared to...
So that's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
I think I would rather have a 4-pack than Dechambeau's 1-pack because he only won 1.
Well, I mean, if you win any, because there are like, that was always a thing, like Phil Mickelson, who just won. He was like in his 30s, I believe, before he won. Everyone was like, when's it going to happen?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden he started stacking them.
Yeah.
And there's some guys out there like Ricky Fowler, who is always in the hunt but never brings it home. It's a hard fucking thing to do. To even have one is amazing. So clearly the caliber of players, especially at Koepka, that we're talking about, you got to like, these are elite dudes.
Yeah. And speaking of Phil Mickelson, it was announced that Phil Mickelson will team up with Tom Brady in an upcoming edition of The Match against Dechambeau and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I got to admit, you're probably going to get, in one cart, you're going to have some goats.
Yeah.
But which cart would I rather be in? I'd rather be in the Aaron Rodgers. Maybe I'll never be a goat. But I just feel like they'd be having a party in that other one.
Yeah, I mean, but Tom Brady, you know you're going to win because that's all he fucking
I don't
does.
know. They did this last year, and I think Peyton Manning was involved, and they might have ended up winning. But, man, Tom Brady is not good at golf.
No, he's not.
He was hitting some of my shots out there.
Yeah. That's like Johnny Manziel going out there saying he's going to be a professional golfer now.
Yeah, I mean, with these, the secret weapon is always, because there's like Tony Romo is awesome.
Yeah.
But Brady, honestly, if you want to see him look human, watch him slice I'm at Pebble Beach, and he's all dressed the part, and he's looked the same for his entire life, and you're just like, oh, he's going to crush us. Then just watch him slice it 3 fairways over, and you're like, oh, I'll tell you, it warmed my soul to see that.
He's human.
And he got better as things went on. Of course
Sure.
he did, but he still wasn't like, because there's somewhere like, ooh, if he really worked on it, he could have been something. I don't feel that with Tom Brady at
Right.
all.
But Koepka said he just offered a simple, sorry, bro, to Aaron Rodgers. Because he has to team up with Dechambeau.
Just the hate these two have for each other
I
is
love
great.
it. I am here for it. And then Dechambeau went to the lengths of photoshopping an image of himself in Koepka's head.
Pretty good.
And then he offered a wordy response to Tom Brady about deflated balls. He said, at Tom Brady, once Aaron Rodgers and I take down you and Phil Mickelson, you will feel just as deflated as those balls were in the AFC Championship
See,
game.
that's good, because this is just obvious, like, whenever they do that thing, it's just like this obvious like stunt casting. Just try to, these fake like yucking it up type of shit that they put on TV because they didn't really have any good freaking tournaments that weekend. It's just a way for like a few people to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But this shit like that helps that. Now people want to see this.
I do want to see it. And
that's why, because I saw Tom Brady came back a little bit, and that's good.
Yeah.
Actually,
you know what?
I don't. Tom Brady's good on social media. Okay,
he's great on social media.
Rewind. Tom Brady's social media person is great on social media. There's no way that it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. It might be.
Well, when it's an actual player that's tweeting things because they're never clever or they're like really clever in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Or it's like. Or it's Magic Johnson's performance art piece.
Oh, man. On that note, I think we're done for the day. Thanks, Magic.
I enjoyed doing the show today. The show is a podcast. It's called Trash Sports Takes, and you can listen to it. Magic Johnson.
Thank you, Magic Johnson.
That's all this tweet's like the most ridiculous.
Thank you for the endorsement, Magic Johnson.
I took the garbage out today. See, I have a garbage man who takes my garbage away every Monday for a small fee.
And my garbage
why am I following him?
He's awful on social media. I love it. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today on Trash Sports Takes, episode number 7. I am Ryan Seabreast.
And I am Brent N. Liberty.
Not Brent Liberty.
No.
Brent N. Liberty. You can find us on Instagram at Trash Sports Takes Podcast.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Trash Sports Takes.
Yeah.
Or you can just see what we're up to individually by going right on Twitter and finding me at Brent N. Liberty.
And I am on at Trash Sports Take with no S.
We're gonna rip those freaking handles from the people who are wrongfully taking them from us.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
And they're not doing anything with them.
Yeah. You know what? If you have my handle, give me a call. We're meeting in Seattle, and we're engaging in combat.
Mutual combat. Yes. All right. So if you want to engage in mutual combat, you can come find us on Instagram and Twitter and all that shit. And we will see you fuckers next week.
Peace.